good. I don't know what day of the week it is. Wednesday? Are we having a good Wednesday? I'm having a good Wednesday. Yeah, it is a Wednesday, right? No, it is. It is. Okay. I'm very ready to start Steam, as you can see. Actually, I am. I'm kind of excited. How is everyone doing? We're having caffeine today. Hello. Thank you for the headset, that kind of needed. How are we doing today? Hello, Veilsome, first alive, very speedy. Hello, Turquoise, hello, Drum, hello, Anne, hello, Bun with the potato. How are you doing? Hello, Antax. Puzzle plus confusion plus trees. Happy then? Yeah, precisely. I enjoy puzzles and trees so much. I also enjoy like cute, yet slightly ominous art styles and minimal color palettes. So this game just has so many things going for it for what I'm excited for. This looks like a scary puzzle game. I don't believe it's supposed to be scary. It might be scary to me. Something intending to be scary and being scary to me are two quite different criterias. But I haven't played this game before or any of the ones in the series. I have, however, seen. This is like the one good thing which Twitter has done in the last few in the last period of time. I saw a few posts by the creator of the game, and I just saw like a little video demo, and it looked so cool both times, and so I thought I'd put it on my schedule when the game came out, and then I saw it over the weekend that it was scheduled for today, and I got excited, so it's on my stream. We're playing it today out of the wonder of occasional good tweet recommendation. So, and then it turns out Turquoise has played some of the other games in the series and liked them, and so I'm very excited. I'm very excited. Hi Kai, wait, where Kai Project appearing outside of book club? What's going on? Was the hologram invading? But yes, this is a game in, I believe, a series with 2 other games. This is the 3rd. It is made by a Japanese dev, I believe. I don't know too much about them or the game because any of the info I got, I was relying on Google Translate, and so Wednesday to authoritatively not the most reliable medium to interact with source with, but it looks kind of cool, and that's what we're basing off. I love a good puzzle. I love a tree, any tree. Trees are good. Oh, my mouse is on the wrong page. Okay. This isn't a good start for my intelligent application of puzzle games, but I thought the mouse on the screen was my mouse, and then tried to click and just did a shenanigan in OBS. Okay, we are in the puzzle dream. Okay, never mind. This does look a little bit scary. Oh, I believe it's kind of a point-and-click style puzzle game, which I haven't done many of in a while, but they're kind of like... That looks like the perfect place for a mouse. Sorry, my old house used to be like this. I'm kind of envious. Hello? Oh. I would rather the door to my house be structurally stable. HDA? I realize I've been kind of just excited by the puzzle steps and meandering forwards that any explanation. I am always here, just forget to redeem. You're too busy reading books to remember. Mouse House? Yeah. I love I think I'm across a few social medias, the artist who builds miniature houses and then hides little snacks on them for wild mice to wander around in, and then like live streams the video of the little kind of like, one of the most popular ones is I think a house with an old-fashioned water wheel on the side, and he like hides little pieces of food so the mice like walk in and around the house. It's very good. Love good mouse content. Oh, dot at the top of the tree. Ooh, okay. Pretty flower. I'm guessing things will become illuminated over time as you can interact with them. AEDH. Am I going to be messed up at some point by reading left to right when that's not the predominant assumption? Oh, okay. I do like the flower. Every now and then you see a light bulb that has a really cool filament in it, and I feel like it's such a cool design motif, even if it's not a super visible one. But it's also just so much harder to produce. But I'm trying to think how much more I would pay than a regular light bulb. If it's like a long life light bulb and it's going in my bedside lamp, I think I would pay at least 3 or 4 times more if it had flower shaped filament, you know? It doesn't have to be like precisely flower shaped, it could just be. Oh, is this the branch we're on now then? Level 0? What were they? Level -1 and 2? Oh, interesting. I kind of assumed it would linearly direct you to only one thing to do next. Let's look at the houses on the shelves. The house on the shelf vanished. I feel like I should be concerned about that. Is there a story to this game? I'm not actually sure. I believe it's mostly just a kind of like a slightly surreal game. Does the mouse own this tree? Is the mouse in the game? I mean, I bought it via Steam, but don't get me started on the notion of digital ownership. Ooh! Sorry, I'm just very excited for the letters. IPH. Okay, I keep getting nervous that I'm gonna get the puzzle wrong somehow. Ooh, book! Book! Now, it's not made immediately obvious to me how this one interacts like all the others. Oh, there we are. B-I-G? Okay. The slowness. Wait. The light bulb wasn't on there. Did I not finish that area? Cat! Sorry. Hello. Can I pet the cat? This little butterfly was a visible thing before. Oh. That's a valid path. But I feel like there's other valid paths. Am I? No, there isn't, because the 2 stemming options are this one or this one. And then there's no path alright, so I just got it first time on Big Brain. Okay. Oh, hey, there's the bottle kitty. If it fits, it sits. If it fits, it sits. And may require calling the fire brigade to get out. I don't know. Cats do the kind of squid-like behavior of being able to get into spaces which you do not expect them to pass through. But I wonder how many of these letters it's meant to be. Because my instinct would be that it's not all of them, but I feel like just A and B is too short of an answer, so I'm going to try it in the order they pass through. Okay, nice. But again, the light bulb isn't on. I wonder if that means that there's something I've not quite finished. Gonna have Where was the question mark? Open drawer? Oh, are those letters? I'm gonna be having... There's gonna be times in the following stream where I try to arrange letters and just do not see them through the sheer power of dyslexia. I enjoy these creatures. I'm not sure. Are these the Usamume? Is that what these are? Oh, thank you for the hydrate turquoise. You'll be excited to know that I actually have bubble tea today, so I'm gonna open that now. It's all fun and games till the cat finds their way into the vents. I feel like surely vents should historically have quite easy access, unless it's more just the acoustic meowing reverberating through the building that you're concerned about. Okay, get ready for the noise of me struggling to open this, because no matter the quantity I consume, I am really bad at, like, the stabbing of the lid, you know? The vital part of the bubble tea acquisition process. Almost. There we go. What flavour? I believe it is strawberry and lychee. I'm not used to the main tea being strawberry. I haven't had that before. It's kind of a... Oh! Sorry, I got so used to having brewed teas when I had a syrup tea, I kind of knocked my proverbial socks off. I feel like this light bulb should be on, but maybe that is it on, and I'm not equipped for grayscale? Oh! I feel like that was mean to the tree. Oh, interesting. Good one. Stack these. I'm trying to think of the letters that could be available. Yes, peach tea. Peach tea is good. Oh heck, Carl, thank you so much for subscribing for 25 months. Happy launch. Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy whatever book you get at the library this month. Thank you very much, thank you very much. Oh, it's over 2 years. Sorry, I'd be getting sentimental at the very notion of time. 2 years is crazy. Yeah, I am ancient mouse of books. I've been here for a little while. Don't remember me, I'm old. What's that supposed to mean? The legacy is secured in that there is now a video replaying League of Legends on the internet. This is your the library cannot forget PNG Denya. Since the true old times, since when did I swap to being live 2D? December of 2024, and then before that I was streaming from August of 2023. Oh, maybe I am one of the old VTubers now. I feel like I'm assuming that these will add together to make a letter in the ways that the others have so far. But I'm not feeling... Oh! They're numbers instead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is why it's good for me to get distracted and yap. Okay. I convinced myself for a moment that I hadn't got it there. You know, it makes me realize how long book club has been. Yeah. No, I suppose on stream we've only been doing stream book club for 14 months. We did in Discord for another 8 months, but Do not tell me the numbers 6, 7. Sorry. Little bit of an outburst. How's Drifton been going? I saw the stream notif earlier. Wait, was that today or was that yesterday? Oh no, the passage of time. I think that was today. The cat's out the jar! Sorry. It's been uncatted, unjarred, excavated. I didn't want to say it, but I'm sure as heck glad you did. Look. Listen. I do not understand the 6-7. The greatest point of engagement I have with the 6-7 is I find the video of Ben Affleck and Ariana Grande when he casually says the numbers 6-7 and you just see her have a visceral like fight or flight response and he's completely oblivious. That is the only 6-7 content that I understand and I enjoy. But unjars your cat? Here I was worrying about the like squidification of cat, inability to get out of jar, but I was a fool. Here I was misaligning numbers and the cat was doing contortionism. Oh hi Neil, how you doing? How you doing? You count all months, it's almost 2 years now. Books so old. Books are so old. Rejoice in the age of books. That means there's even more to enjoy. Why? Wait, have you been conspiring to get me to play more League? Oh no, I'm gonna stare at the cat. IBH? Ooh. Okay, IBH. I shall remember this. Oh, this is a smidgen ominous. Hello! You seem to have metamorphosized in size. Oh? Oh, interesting. Do these correspond to specific branch dots? But not all of them line up with the tree. These do, and these do, but the lower branches don't seem to match up fully. There would be an extra one here, but the rest seem to line up. Maybe I'm misplacing one of my dots for the one that appears here. I'll follow the cat. No! Well, you tried to follow the cat. You can't put it me at fault, it's funny. I can't tell if this is about 6-7 or League of Legends. Which, I don't understand it, but I love rage baiting. I feel like I am a logistically difficult person to rage bait. Why is this cat not... impractical creature? This feels loss adjacent. As all media does. I could get her to play a League? Val, what do you mean? Why would you say that? And also I wanted to finish Lies of P. Oh, it's been so long since I've played that game. Oh my gosh, I kind of forgot about it. Oh. We all know you love Tree Man. This is true. I do like the Tree Man. The League of the Legend. Is Tree Man in TFT? If that's the case, then that satisfies all my hopes and dreams. Hello? Level 1? Oh. Oh gosh. I do not feel like I am equipped for this yet. So, not all of them are gonna hit letters, which makes me think that there has to be another factor which determines their placement, which I am first instinct is saying a leaf overlapping with the leaf of a junction, but then that doesn't have any hit there. Is the same as Counter-Strike? Nobody willingly plays it. You willingly play Counter-Strike, Bun. I have this on good authority of past Bun. Treeman is sadly not yet on TFT. Let's change all the time? Okay. The day Treeman joins TFT I will play. League of Legends I will only participate in through, like, significant peer pressure or birthday. that is the only point in which I will eat. Wow. Val, you've picked the next game with League of Legends for Electrode's birthday. Okay, we could do late birthday League with Electrode. Would Toad willingly play League? Oh no. I've really cursed myself for this, haven't I? Thank you for the channel point redeem. I'll add it to the Steam sentence. Steam schedule. Oh no. How dare you use my own spells against me? It's the way of the time. League. Oh no. Okay. I wonder. Oh, here it is. Wait! Phil, how many channel points have you been stacking up? Oh my gosh, we have another game selection. Lies of P someday though? Am I gonna wait, is that still gonna be the first Souls like I finish? I guess we're finishing Lies of P someday. A couple? You're flooding the channel point market? Disruption and chaos? I don't actually know what the order of this is. Okay, nice. Okay, ooh, wait, there's a brain there. That is a brain, right? It could be a turtle. They have kinda spooky shells sometimes. I keep trying to save points, but something keeps me from doing that. Potato! I fear it may be the potatoes, which, like, I understand. Flower! I understand the desire for the potato. Oh. What a confusing piece. I think Steam is back. If you refresh. Oh no, never mind. Am I back? You might need to refresh Stream. Me saying that aloud won't be very helpful if you need to refresh. I think. Okay, we're back. Let's go. I don't know what happened to my internet there for a second. That was discombobulating. This is what happens when you make me play League of Legends. Bun, did you just ask what flavor potato? I thought it was on my end. No, I am the mouse with the bad internet. Okay, so I think it's ABDE, though I fear I may have figured it out whilst Steam was offline. I'm gonna go play League willingly? Cool. How? I feel like this is background evidence for an insanity plea in some case we do not know about. I could make an argument that it is HGDE of this. No? Surely you start at the letter H, then you go left, then you go up, then you go right? Oh, oops. I dyslexia too close to the sun to pay no attention. I'm just used to my internet being the drama. All internet is the drama. Sharks biting the cables. Oh, hi Pesky, how are you doing? No ice cream? I really... Cat! No cat. How did he get on the stairs so quickly? I really like the, what's the name of the ice cream flavor? Oh, is this the one? I don't really know what that makes his letters. H-I-F-A, if I squint? I think dyslexia might be a superpower in this game. Okay. Oh, hi Turtle, how you doing? How's your going? That didn't work? Wait, Carl, what? Responsible, no. There are flavors of potatoes? I mean, to some extent. Okay, I feel like there's gotta be a few more around here. Leaves? D-E-H? If that's it, I'm gonna feel a bit silly. Oh, that was it. Never mind, I'm very smart. Not being silly. I got the instinct for the confusion. Ooh. I can't read those. Did they need to overlay? I'm not really sure what the interaction between these should be. Because I feel like they should line up in some way. But I don't feel like that's sufficient, just that it's the only positioning for all three of them to intersect. The stream was empty? Wait, what? Did my internet go out for a second again without me noticing? Oh no. Oh no. I'm being betrayed by the technology. All I did was complain about it a few times today, but they were all pretty reasonable complaints. Like, I don't know. When I roast technology, it's kinda deserved. Oh, the street was empty, not the stream. That's still not good. Be responsible. The street can change over distance, especially when covered quickly. I think it's funny the most well-read streamer has dyslexia. There's some amount of irony in it. Every now and then, it doesn't happen super often, and because I'm really lucky that people are generally really nice, I tend not to focus on it, but every now and then I get a kinda weird comment, more so on YouTube or TikTok, either on shorts or occasionally on VOD channels, of someone just being like, you shouldn't be making people read 2 books a month, what if they're dyslexic? And I'm just like, first of all, this isn't like an assignment, I'm not gonna grade you on it. Second of all, I am dyslexic. And there's nothing extensive it, but it's like people just like arguing with strangers in various platforms of the internet, especially if they are trying to like 1v1 the content creator. And so people just be like, I can't believe you've made a book club post, I am dyslexic, and I'm just like, I mean, me too, buddy old pal. You could listen to audiobooks if that's the way you enjoy engaging with it, or I just read quite slowly, and so because it's something that I know I enjoy, I focusly set aside a somewhat significant portion of time to do it. I appreciate that that's not a degree of free time and commitment that everyone can do, but it's something that I choose to. It's just like, I don't know, it happens every now and then, and each time I'm just like, I feel like I'm in the imposter meme, you know? Yeah. I feel like there's something to do with the dots and the key points on the plants connecting with the dots, but my brain cells have not got any further. Because it kind of connects here, but then there's so many surfaces, and I can't think of anywhere for this one to connect on. And I do kind of feel like I'm just staring at the background now, going a little bit insane. It's like how the biggest cheese lovers are lactose intolerant. Maybe. I am slightly scared of all the people allergic to dairy who just like chug cheese. I feel like there is a certain free-spiritedness that I do not. I don't know. I feel like I would make different decisions. I see a face in the dots. I'm trying to do the thing where, if in doubt, you just kind of squint until it makes itself visible. I've got nothing. Okay. Is it ordered? There's too many in terms of points on the plant. I don't want to ask for a hint because I'm stubborn. I don't want to go back and then go back in case I've missed something. I just realised, why is no backseating tag in Japanese? Is it? Oh. Well, sometimes when you're adding tags on Twitch, it lets you autocomplete, and so I guess the first result for no backseating also includes no backseating in Japanese. That seems kind of unlikely. I would expect it to be in English and Spanish, if any combination, but maybe, is it something as sophisticated as skewed logic, because there's also the VTuber tag, and that skews things to having tags in English and Japanese? It seems a smidgen unlikely. Oh, I think I got it! My brain is so big. Ignore that it took several minutes and the fact that I am now doomed to play League of Legends. No! Oh, I got it in the wrong order. Never mind. My brain is big, but not limitless, you know? I know it took me a minute, but I think that was a pretty good one. I'm proud of that one. I may have been confused the longest, but I think that was difficult actually. If I have enough caffeine, I will stay content and delusional. Oh? Hello. Oh goodness gracious. Should these... Okay. Oh goodness gracious, okay. So... if I view these as instructions somehow... Never mind. Because you could say this starts at 2 and it moves over to 3. And this is the one that I get confused because assumably it would start at 1. But then there are multiple options of directions for it to follow. Unless... I don't know. Chess? Almost. So chess grids are 8x8. But are there 6x6 variations of chess? I assume there is out there. People love creating alternative versions of chess. What is the criteria here? I wonder if the starting positions are relevant. I'm assuming they are. This is 1 on 2, this is 2 on 3, so is this 3 on 4? Is there a 4? 2, 3. I mean, the other logical assumption is that they start on the number relating to them. But then, my thought was then that they would interact with the... Oh, it's gonna be this. Silly me! It's you place the dots in the starting location for the tile place. So it is EFD. It works so well once your brain does the cells. There is 6x6 chess, in fact a lot of them. What did I say about people loving to make up fake chess? Oh heck. Why are we screaming? I feel like this should be a very calm and relaxing stream, because we've got this cool fun little puzzle game. And it's not actually that spooky. We're chasing after a cat, but is that not life? Just chasing after cats? Buckets calls it. Oh, you can be moved? I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm assuming that in some way, the parts of the letters that are in higher contrast combine to make other characters. But the vision of this is not quite clear to me. That looks remarkably like an O. It's either that the darkened part of the letter it obscures it. If I just move them over to the corresponding cells, I don't necessarily think that this is the key starting path. Oh, the entire piece of paper. I was not being ambitious enough in my deconstruction. Not particularly seeing any letters here. I feel kind of validated with the idea that this should be on the edge. I'm gonna move these back. The 6 feels like a G. I wonder... I think the idea that the lines that are solid is where the numbers interact with the exterior and cross-section walls makes sense. Good mouse. I'm going... I feel like the puzzles have gotten harder, which is fun and exciting but also concerning, because did you see how many branches that tree had? Okay, so if we assume that we need these to be on the edge walls, then I think that makes that suitably a H. To me that is an E, but I think that is a figment of dyslexia. I think that is an I. Okay. I'm assuming one of these is going to be an E. That's an F? The thing that makes me nervous is I feel like there's a lot of space for me to just kind of make these up when they're not there. And so I don't know which ones I'm finding versus which ones I'm forcing into existence, you know? This was 1. This was 5. But then some of these don't have any particular tether, so what sequence do you put them in? Because as far as I can tell... Does this give me any additional context? Particularly down here. This should be B, I think. Or should be A. So now we have these 3, and these are the parts that are confusing, because these don't interact with any other kind of outside tiles. Oh. It's literally just the alphabet in order. I am a fool! Okay, and so now I assume we use the numbers of the letters to determine the order we go in. So, because it's the same order we count, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I was really looking at the letters in alphabetical order and just going, I have no idea what this order could mean. What letter could come after A, B, and then before D? But I guess... The puzzle's coming together, slowly, slowly. The last set of paper is satisfying. It makes it a lot easier to read than my initial plan of just wobbling them around to check what number is which. Oh, hi Snuggleppa. How you doing? How has your day been going? Is this bunch completed? I feel like this lemon has gone to the mushrooms. Okay. Oh, that was a tangent, wasn't it? We went here and didn't go to the main house. Okay. Is there anything to interact with in the central house? Hearing ominous audio when I click. But I think that's just a fun kind of feedback thing. I don't think that's a plot shenanigan. So I'm gonna go to the other cat room. Oh, I have a ladder now. FHI? Fool! Okay. Can I not go up the ladder, surely? Oh, you have to go back from the ladder to go up to the ladder. This feels a little bit horrifying. I'm having, this particular scene is giving me the, kill the princess? Save the princess? Kill the princess flashbacks. The portrait of... This is a picture of the room I was in. Is this a mirror? Is this me? I have a little... The tree is part of my head. And I don't have any mousers. It's quite confusing. I'm being confused by TensorFlow. Now I'm being confused by something fun instead. Truly my day stems from being confused by computer to being confused by game. but with added whimsy. I wonder if my tree will become more illuminated if I go there later. This is slightly terrifying. Level 2? Okay. Ever so slightly, that looked like a little demonic man, but I guess it was just a cat. Does I'm not seeing an instinctive overlap in the way that I did last time. Is it with the cats like this somehow? could see that being like an L. The space for an I. Because you could have CH. Oh yeah, CHIF. Oh, I got it wrong. Let me get back. Let me go back. CHIF. That was a big dyslexia. I was just like, oh yes, the letter C clicks on G. I'm gonna just put the cuts next to each other so they can be content. Mushroom. Mushroom. I wonder. My main thought here is, am I looking for a negative space or a like filled space letter? That looks remarkably like the letters A and E, but not like the others. Would that be A, C, I? But then I feel like there's nothing to kind of hold it in particular place. Maybe I'm finding letters where they don't exist. I'm gonna try. But I'm not confident. No. I feel like the mushroom eyes have to have some kind of alignment. It looks like AHSO, but there's no S. That is unlikely. Oh? We have negative space letters here, but once again the mushroom eyes don't align particularly. Maybe I should be looking for mushroom eye alignment before I look for letters. Oh, mushroom eyes. HCFI? You've got to look for the eyes of the mushroom. That's the key to the puzzles. Okay. Mushroom? Okay. So there's some numbers here. There's 4 and 6 here. I wonder if that corresponds to something in the shape, maybe number of corners, but there's none with 4 corners. It goes 3 with 3, then the rest with 5 or 6 or more. So that can't be on corners. Could it be number of... no. Have I done a silly thing? There's definitely 4. Okay. So what do the 4 and the 6 connect to? There's a 2 down here as well. Is it that they're all gonna center numbers and that's the order you enter the letters are? Because each of the shapes is kind of roughly evocative of one of the letters already. So we have 2, 4, and 6, which are the like starting visible ones. And then I have confusion. I'm not seeing a particular way or a necessary tile that's the only variation that those 3 can fit into. Cause because I don't think it can be that corner 3. Shuffle it up 1. They fit relatively comfortably in here. I could like try to make no, the falls off the edge there. Fit relatively comfortably here. Could it just be that? Could it just be the order? Oh. Hey. Don't give me the light bulb. I'm having a good time being confused. Do you ever kind of feel like when a light bulb gives you a do you need a hint instruction, it's kind of like a little bell going shame? I'm having a great time being confused. I don't need any forwards momentum. Okay. This reminds me of the toddler's toy fitting shapes through the whole game, yet this is so much harder. Every time I see the video of the person putting every shape through the circle, when there's all the different correct matching shapes, I get so stressed and grumpy. I know this has been lamented on in, I think, was it a famous Vine where someone got stressed about it? Oh, I'm just concerned logistically. I feel like that's the behavior that needs to not sorting out your recycling. Oh, that feels very neat and tidy, but I don't know what that means. Is it start here and go here? Is that the instruction? It feels too tidy to not be the case. Yep. Okay. The numbers were just there to thwart me? Dastardly. Okay. Because, yeah, you've got 2, 4, 5, 6. And there's kind of another 5 here. I would say this is a more valid 5 because it's got a mushroom attached to it. This could be a 7. No. Wait, put the shapes in the proper shaped place. Oh, I'm excited about this one. I don't know why, I just like that there's leaves around, you know? If we go like this, does it like fill in the gap of the shapes and then that one was too speedy! I wanted to look at the leaves for longer. Okay, oh, structural damage to the house. A cat! What does that mean? Okay. So this started here. Where does the star go? Outside the square. Oh no. This is my own personal. I just it's not gonna be good for the game, you know. It's gonna increase wear and tear. It's gonna be bad for the lifespan of the product. I don't have a particular instinct on how to start this one, which is a little bit daunting. That side can't be moved. I wonder if it's to kind of with the aspiration to enclose certain letters. The thing about Bob that makes me a little uncertain of where to start is that these sides aren't mirrored, so my first instinct of getting the 2 twig structures to overlap to give a new shape or new space for outline doesn't seem likely. the shape. If there was a third one that was enclosed by a structure like this, I would maybe think that was it. Bob's a bit condescending sometimes. I think it's more so that I feel I just feel a bit silly. I'm just kind of like, oh no, I'm taking ages. But I think they're kind of helpful as a feature. It's the type of thing that I wish I could toggle on or off in settings, so that there is the option to only see the light bulb when you go searching for it rather than to be reminded of its presence. Oh, hi Silas. Silas? Silas, how you doing? How's your taping going? What if I just start counting all the letters and do it that way? Because I think there's inconsistent numbers. Because if we count all the letters A, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then B, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then for C, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That makes it difficult because we have 2 with 6, and therefore my thesis that it was going to be counting either up or down or some other combination to select the ordering does not apply. To be this because it makes a little heart with the little bunches at the bottom. So this started here. This is fixed in place, and so you would assume that the letters relevant for now would be F, E, C, D, G, H, but those aren't the letters that are mirrored being centrally involved in the other branch. Charlotte, how are you? I'm doing good. I've got a new puzzle, I've got bubble tea, all of the things necessary for life. I had a really good sandwich for lunch. I'm still quite excited about that. Sometimes you have a really good sandwich, and although you require subsequent food to sustain yourself, the excitement of, yeah, that was a good sandwich, keeps you going for a few days, you know? I'm in the positive sandwich appreciation arc. Trying to just squint at it to see if that illuminates something. Especially. There have been times in previous puzzles where I felt like I didn't know how to start, but I feel like it hadn't lasted this long. And so I am considering consulting the previously lamented hint. Which is always nice, easy to eat, simple to cook, tasty. Sandwiches are very good, though I will lament buying a quantity of bread that you can eat without having to throw some of it away when being a one-person library. Very difficult. I would have to have a sandwich for every meal of the day for like 4 days to get through a loaf of bread. You ever had a sandwich with garlic bread instead of regular bread? Kind of. There's a few sandwiches that I put garlic on. When I used to have a toasty machine, I would quite often do ham, kale and garlic and cheese as a toasty, which is quite nice. I enjoy garlic. I'll add it to most foods. To live for bread in one sitting? Maybe I have quite a small appetite when it comes to carbs, I don't know. I feel I could very contentedly sit and eat bread, but then I think it would be difficult for me to do that and also get a nutritionally varied contents day's worth of food into me without feeling a little bit unpleasant. Gym makes me hungry sometimes, eating a whole loaf and still being hungry? This is all very new and surprising to me. Maybe I do have a malus appetite. Thank you for the hydrate turquoise. Okay. Let's look. Aww. Okay. I think that's the solution. So it's in relation to these. Oh! Variation like this? Where that would... I don't know what that would be. The yin yang symbol? That would be DGC? I feel like I got an approximation. Oh! Okay, that makes more sense of how it precisely lines up. I was not particularly inclined to finding that. Being a farmer, I'm something like a bottomless pit. Oh, I suppose if doing a very manual job, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, when I used to like work in hospitality, and although not as laborious as farm work, it's certainly more on your feet than work from home programming job. I used to have a much higher appetite. Okay. So these need to be planted in such a way that they arrange to make letters, I assume? Okay. Do I have any instincts on how to begin these other than the taller one should be at the bottom? There's more space for interaction. Especially... Maybe the taller one shouldn't be at the bottom. Let's try the other way around. Oh, that's more promising. So we have an F there. We have arrows, which I do not suspect to quite be the final answer. What of this? That seems so certainly the letter F, I feel. I feel like those two have to be in the right place, because there's no other pairs that would allow this level of distance. Maybe if I work backwards from the other side? Could that be an E? That would mean this one here. And I haven't the foggiest what those are meant to be. This one I'm not entirely convinced on, because it lines up quite nicely, but... down here. Oh! Okay, so we have F, and then across, down, and across. I like that one quite a bit. When it's arrows instead of all letters, I find it quite a fun variation. Bunch. Leaves. Oh, is this gonna be the same shenanigan as last time? I would assume not, or at least not in its entirety. I I say that, but then I've tried the exact same thing and been perplexed when it's not worked. If we... Are you more than my colleague and you weighs more than me? Oh yeah, I feel like appetite varies a lot from person to person, just in terms of how your body processes them, etc. But it does also depend a lot on activity. Though I suppose if it's colleague and it's the same job, I would expect it to be closer, but it does vary so much person to person. Is it gonna be the leaf points? I feel like it might be a little bit difficult with... Oh no. Okay, I found it for 2 of them, and so I'm assuming it exists for the 4th. Yep. Just go in height order and rough left to right, so AFC. No? You're telling me that that isn't the solution. Is it ACF, going by number of leaves? Did I misclick? I misclicked, never mind. I was late first time. Is there any ominous branches left that I haven't clicked? Oh, there's something over here. Oh, do you have to match up the letters? House to house. Letter square? I'm not seeing any letters from doing it that way. To find which one doesn't have a corresponding piece on the other side and then make them match up? Could that be it? But then there's degrees of mismatching, because although there's representative mirrored shapes, the triangles differ in colour, the houses differ in whether or not they have like a front porch. I don't know how to simplify the bottom of the... Maybe it's the triangles having differing colours, but that doesn't leave much... Oh, that doesn't leave much space for them to overlap. Oh, I wonder if the way that this is turned up at the bottom is significant. It feels like it could be. Particularly know to align that with. Off the page, I suppose. The lines straight on top of each other doesn't seem to be beneficial. House and house. I'm seeing evocations of letters down here, but not... I think that's just a phantom of dyslexia. I don't think that's actually a thing. If I try to think, it probably won't go very well. I feel like there has to be some intended tile of like common overlap to start from. But then I'm also kind of intrigued by the circle not having anything else to match with it. Let me these two align. To align, and these two align, and the others. This one aligns, and this one aligns with this one, or with this one, and this one aligns with this one, or with this one. This one doesn't particularly have an alignment. And with this one actually. Oh, could that be it? If I stared with closed enough eyes, is the letter shape there? Okay. I feel like I'm thinking back on the corner being folded. Let's see. I might have to ask for a hint on this one. I don't know. I feel like if I get distracted and go on a tangent and just wobble them around each other, eventually I'll see something. Oh? I kind of see something there. Do I? They stack up remarkably neatly. They look near continuous. I don't know if they make letters like that. Okay. Oh. Oh. The circle and the square need to align in some way? I see the number 1 here. I see a backwards E, but I think that's dyslexia. I don't think that's the right idea. That puzzle again. So it's just these two circled. I would assume that would be them overlapping. Lots of assumptions. Is it that you're gonna have to see the shapes on the second sheet in multiple areas across the intersection of this? Because I feel like there's so many places where these two shapes could be overlaid with each other. Oh, that feels like that's something with the way these intersect. Yes! Do you see it, the path? The little, it's kind of closed in by the surrounding shapes. That's a fun one. I think I would have struggled to get that without the hint. Okay. The ominous corridor? Oh, we've been down the ominous corridor. Has the window changed? Not that I can remember. Cat's in the house now, I suppose that's where they fled to. Oh. First I would assumed, oh, CDF? Ooh! Surely there must be one more puzzle in here. The last spoke of the tree? Yeah, I'm missing one. But where could it be? I like your little plant hat. I too like the plant hat. Oh, can we go in here now? Those ones on this branch seem to have happened in various surprising places, and so I'm just kind of trusting that we'll get back to it, because I don't feel like I've missed anything in a particularly clear way. Oh heck. I've been overwhelmed by options. Okay. If the intention is to make each of them appear whole, that would work. That would not work. Would it work here? To some extent. So, these ones are fixed to some extent. Is it that you use the power of the brain cell to see which letters are covered and which ones aren't? And the ones that aren't are the ones that... But then how do you conceptualize the start point for the upper row? Do you just grow continuously? And if so, then how do you know which one continues on from which? Only one letter visible from each row. Do something like that. And I feel like this one so far apart in these middle areas. My brain cell. Sorry, I sounded so cookie there. I'm trying to figure out how you would... It's gonna sound silly, but the lower branches almost make it more confusing. Maybe if I count the number of pips on each branch? We start with 5 here, but there's none on this side with 5. And then we have 2, 4, 6, 7. So it could be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Does this go up to 9? 8, 4, 5. Oh no, it wouldn't. Oh, okay. I've been cursed with saying the numbers 6, 7 quite a few times this stream. So, where would we go from here? I kinda like this approach. I've tried to find places where the branches overlap with the existing ones without touching any of the existing berries, but it's going to be impossible for this one. Oh, is it something like this? Try and continue it in such a way that it connects in. And then the restriction is that you don't want any of the other ones to be written over. Doesn't seem particularly likely. This one does just quite nicely line up with feeding into the letter F on this one, but I think it's just a coincidence. I just kind of go hum in the classic Declaration of Stairs puzzle. That'll make a little bit more sense. Go. I don't think it can be about crossing them off, so it has to be about leading to them. In which case, about overlapping with the lower branches efficiently and leading to them. This overlaps quite closely. Kind of goes to E. Okay. It's about the ones that blots out then rather than it was. It's awkward. Because these look almost like natural continuations to me, even though they do have overlap. I know they're not perfect, but the fact that one covers and the other kind of grows into makes me think it's not the pattern. But I've looked at the hint at the last one. I can't look at 2 hints in a row. That'd be scandalous. I'm gonna regret that if I'm stuck on this for a while. But it's something that I feel. This eye being in the middle here is throwing me off an unusual amount. EP also slightly a smidgen EP. I fear that the using my brain cells is using up the brain cells as a finite resource. But yes, I'm gonna continue on my point of confusion, because with most of the others, with the exception of this C to some extent, they could be assumably associated with this set of higher branches if they were to continue like this. There would be ways for the fruit to quite naturally either sit either side neatly, failing to obscure them or framing them, or kind of in this case covering them. But this I and this C make it a little bit impossible for that to be the method used, because they don't fit within the structure. They don't fit within the spacing that you would expect the branches to reach out to. That makes my life more confusing. This branch has both confusingly low fruit, confusingly long stems. I never really noticed that before. It's a tall one. staring in silence. What if I start counting berries again? So, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm just gonna put them in a place. 4, 5, 6, 7. Time for everyone to make the 6, 7. But then this one also has 6. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. No, there isn't a pattern in total berries then. Could it be that the berries on both sides of the branches need to be equal? Don't think that would be possible, because with this one, which has the largest difference on this side and then the corresponding other, it's got one more on the left than it would have the right one stacked, so they can't be equal. So it is, so... Oh, I've just thought of a far simpler option. Is it in the shape of the letters if I just squint real hard? Like 5, 3, something. How do you know to put them there? Oh! Okay. I'm assuming it's GAFCE then? This floor is gonna be difficult. Ah! Okay. Oh no, I broke the door. Am I breaking into the property now? No, I just stole the door. Okay. Oh, I'm breaking everything. This is a fun collection of shapes. Oh. I love a mysterious collection of shapes. Smart. I feel it's one of those things which every time I do a puzzle stream, I have a very good time, but I do feel a little bit stupid by the end of it. And it's like a pleasant sort of stupid of a like, I it took me so long to figure those things out. I'm having a great time, but I do I do feel a little bamboozled. The puzzle? Does it... Oh? Does it follow some of the writing patterns? I don't know a huge amount. I feel like these background shadows have to have an effect. But I fear I may not be equipped for this level of letter abstraction. That would make that a 7, which I feel like would be relatively digestible. Could this be though? And how does the shadows interact? A way to kind of connect any to the top here? This feels like it connects them so neatly that it's got to be related. So we have 3 of this item, 1 of this item, and 1 item. We do, however, have a lot of empty space in which to place things. This feels close but not perfect. And so I'm gonna try not to think about that as an option, because I think that means it's a red herring to some extent. The shadows, which I feel like I should be looking with. Okay, so if the shadows were to be a part of this here, then this would have to be a H, right? Because you would have the outside line, and then this would be like a broad H. Very broad. Oh! Could it be like the shadow of the letter versus the sheen of it? That's a poor way of phrasing it. So you have this as being a front edge, and this sits on the outside of the back edge. So this would have to be an F, I believe, and this would have to be a H. For this one, there's a few options. But then I don't really use these at all, which feels a bit silly. I think I've kind of reasoned myself to it being EHF. I have no idea how the little squiggly lines... Okay, that's how the little squiggly lines worked. I just kind of like shaped it a little bit. The squiggly lines make a lot more sense. Is this lost? Okay, this is gonna sound silly. I am familiar with the existence of the Lost meme, but I thought it was to do with the like TV show Lost for a long time. Is that the case? Did I just make a false assumption? I watched the first 3 seasons of Lost, and then I paused, and then I went back and tried to rewatch the 4th season. Couldn't remember. Gave up a little bit. Sometimes just understanding abstractions of letters makes puzzles easier. No cat? No cat. Wrong name? Okay. In that case, I choose to believe that it is because of, what's it called? I know the name of this. I'll start listing out characters if I... What am I thinking of? What am I thinking of? There's like 50 chapters of it, and they're all in different formats. Digital comic. I'm gonna choose to blame that thing. Not my most helpful sentence. House stacking. Okay. This is a little difficult for me last time. Ooh. Blue? These windows kind of stack up well, you know? There's something? The lines here, the way they kind of fit together. Then how would I get from there being some kind of intersection to being letters? I can't believe I forgot the name of the thing. don't think they actually line up closely enough. I think I'm just looking for a pattern and therefore finding one. Oh, that feels like A B? Am I imagining this? Maybe. Like A, but then there's like an intersection here, which doesn't really suit any letter. I'm gonna try AHB real quick. Oh. My brain is turning to mush. And okay. Where? This feels like it's close to the letter. Oh, I feel like it has to be this. Like these two sections line up so perfectly, but maybe I was just finding the wrong letters in there. Start with an A. There's an argument for AHB. I didn't say it was a strong argument. Sorry, I think that's a sign of my brain cells running out. Let me. Okay, so we have the two kind of house entrances, which we can't get to intersect. We have the faux chimney and random side piece here, which don't meaningfully intersect, I would dare say. And then the other spaces we have are these two, which both kind of line up at the same time to this. But that's what I've been staring at, and it doesn't give an answer. I feel like this is the overlap, and I'm just somehow not seeing the correct letters. I feel like this has to be A at the start. I feel like that's kind of one that's somewhat preordained, unless it's H at the start. But then what does that leave you for the other things? Hi Finley, how you doing? Okay, I'm gonna grab a hint because I am running out of brain cells. No! The hint is information I'd already figured out. Okay, so it is somewhere in... There's this one at the bottom and this one at the top. It is somewhere in this alignment of things. Good, how about you? I'm doing good, I'm doing good. I have used up many a brain cell relatively rapidly. And then move up. I'm just waiting for letters to jump out to me. I could see this being a G, but I think that's just me having a bastardized notion of what letters look like. What if we shuffle it further back a little bit? Let's try it again. So... Nothing. I start seeing the ghosts of... Oh! AHF! Sometimes it is impossible until it is obvious, and then you wonder how you didn't see before, and then you feel sleepy. How do you feel about bringing back movie nights? I mean, I'd love to have the movie nights run, but the issue is that I won't be able to make them most weeks, and I think the consensus was that they should only run when I'm there. And so, unless we'd be running them as a monthly movie night, I don't know if I'd be able to make it consistently, since I just have a lot of I don't have a huge amount of free time with work and stream, and so weekend daytime is the only time I really have to get things done. And so, given my very kind of, I need to set a minimum an hour aside from each activity brain, I just couldn't make it every week, and so they kind of collapsed because they were only running with the assumption of my presence, is my understanding. That feels very self-important, but it is also like, I don't know. It is also the film night that I organised in my Discord server to some extent, although the mods largely implemented it. Shout out the mods. So maybe I'm not being too self-important in this area. But yeah, I think potentially if we did the film night on a weekday, maybe on a Monday, is the same time as stream, but the thing is I'm just not going to be able to consistently make a given day in the same way that I can't have a static stream schedule. I'm too busy and I want to stream too much, and so maybe we could do them like monthly, but I don't have the time to do them weekly. I don't think I will. Which is regrettable. That feels like a letter D, but like messed up by time, which I think is what is wanted here. I'm not doing a very good at planting these various twigs. But yeah, I originally intended for film night to be a monthly thing, but then when we started organizing it, people were down to help run it weekly, and so it became weekly. But maybe we could bring it back as a monthly thing. I don't know. Extra time for better planning? Monthly sounds better than weekly? Yeah, that was my original thought. I think it just kinda... I don't know, and the excitement transformed into being weekly. But I think monthly would probably work best, but to overlap there, and that's just essentially the same. So I feel like for them to fit within this assumed range of the glade, these two have to be here. This one has to be here, and this one has to be here. Maybe this one isn't here. There's so many combinations and so few brain cells. Okay. So if we do some rough assumptions that we want all the pieces to be self-contained, that would suggest that these two and these two are in some combination of the outermost ones. And I think this one is most likely here, or this one is most likely here, and the other one would be here. So this leaves this piece here, and then we can start looking at the combinations of the others. I'm not seeing any letters here. Maybe I'm not following the instructions. That's a very abstract thing to say about a game with no text. This kind of puzzle you can be false. I think only if I assume they're planted on the dots. Which I think is a fair assumption, but I don't know if it's necessarily the correct assumption. To do with the length of the lights? I don't think it could, and the starting ones aren't the same length, and it's a little bit difficult to evaluate them with being different heights. Be wrong. I've been wrong many a time today. This does feel like the letter D, but then what combinations could we get if these two were to... Could that be a letter? Not particularly. What about that? No? What about with like a... I'm just trying to experiment. This makes me think that there's something here because the way that the kind of bulbs overlap, but I think that is instead a signifier that I am on the wrong track. Oh! Is it a letter in the more abstract sense of the empty space of the sea here? And then an A here. What would this be? Because I can kind of see... where's my less... Yeah, like there's an A. And then here is DCA, the fear of every YouTuber. Ba ba ba. Oh. I'm regretting having moved them at the start. I'm assuming we need to, in some way, get these in a position relative to the bulbs. How that makes letters, I don't have the slightest instinct, but I'm sure something will happen. They keep wobbling, which makes me a little nervous. I feel like there's going to be like a hostile beetle under them. That does feel like a noted okay. That feels like something. Especially because I can kind of see the letter D in one of them. Am I imagining things? I feel like there's something here. D right arrow than down arrow? Oh, I'm not imagining things, I'm just really good at puzzles. Okay. Sometimes you get so used to being confused that when you kinda see it doesn't seem correct. I hope that plant's okay. It looks a smidgen dehydrated. I wonder where to go to next. Oh, this little cat! 4 cats? No wonder they've been changing size so much. Okay. I can move the cats? That feels ambitious. You two seem a little distressed with the straight tails. Wait. How does a cat begin to interact with these? I'm assuming that the cats are just there for merriment and overlapping. So this is a 4. I'll have to find a 2 at some point, I assume, which I don't feel particularly equipped for. Maybe this is the 2? There we go. And this, no, that's the 1 and this is the 2. Which of these is closer to being a 2? 1, 2, 3, 4. But then, which letter am I meant to understand you being? F. Yeah, you see, this cat quite nicely frames. I feel like I got my 2. Yeah, I got my 2 on the wrong way around. I was gonna say the letters seem quite nicely framed in the cat's ears for the other ones. So, I-C-B-A. There we go. Are they gonna run away now? They're staying in place. How cooperative. Okay. Oh. Smidgen ominous. Okay, we have a singular star. And many other letters. Looks like you got your groove back? Maybe. It might just be that we had easy puzzles for a few times. We'll see. I have many opportunities to lose my groove. I'm not the grooviest mouse. I mean, I'm the grooviest mouse in the library, but there's a very limited samples of mice in libraries. So I get a bit of an advantage. It's kind of like a heart. Sorry. I wonder, because this is kind of like a grid in the sense that it is the 9x9 and you have the starting dots, and you have the star assumably as some significant indicator. But how then? Oh, do I want to get them to stack together to make a big flower? Like, to make it the full flower head. I can't tell if that's because it's a reused or rotated asset, or if that's what's actually wanted. Because this looks quite cool to me. I feel like this might just be descending into the madness trying to find patterns again. Okay, I'm gonna have some beverage. I'm gonna have some tea rather than bubble tea. There we go. I can reduce my hydrate debt. I keep forgetting to do this. And it's just like, if you forget to file first, should you be able to reduce it in retrospect? Maybe. I feel like I've done another like 20 hydrates that haven't been counted. At least 20. But if I were to try and submit this as an answer, what would I even do? Because I would want... You would want the dots to be somewhat central. I don't think this is the answer. I think this is just a rotated asset. Thank you for the hydrate bill. 2 hydrates, oh my gosh. Thank you, thank you. Full hydrates. Okay. When I said 2, it wasn't an outrage that 2 is a large number, but once more than 1 hydrate happens in quick succession, it tends to escalate to a number between 10 and 140 is I think the most we've had in one set. Everyone thank word for that one. Oh gosh, yep, it's going. Okay, 1, 2, it's moving whilst I'm counting. 2, 3, it's moving whilst I'm counting. Okay, I'm gonna give up. Vale, can you tell me how many hydrates I have in a minute or 2? Dots and center of paper whilst I acquire liquid debt. Dots and center of paper. Whatever is the answer, it's not this. I did 20. Oh, perfect, perfect. Wait, in that case, if we are catching up on the hydrates that I have failed to... No, if I don't document it, it's not real. Okay, let's add the 18 that I didn't do. I'm never getting back below 0. I feel like I just wouldn't be allowed on principle. I've given you all too many chances to earn channel points. I need to stream less. Just for the hydrate death, just for the hydrate death. But I think there's too many people who have quite a bit of channel points. There's no recovering now. Unless I do hydrate debt inflation, unless I raise the cost. But then, I don't know, it's such like a nice and normal redeem compared to whatever the heck Squeak on Command and Waluigi are for a new person. Like oftentimes if I'm lurking in a stream, I'll do a hydrate if they don't have a like lurk command or redeem. Is a little bit of a I'm here but I am silent. I forgot about the Waluigi redeem. I feel like Waluigi comes and goes in trends. We got the little soundboard wall, and then we got the full hat mustache shenanigan. That's the one. Luigi. I feel like I don't spend enough time showing off my mustache physics. It's quite glorious. You know? Fun jaw articulation as well. It's very impressive. Got a great mustache. It's so good. Yeah. It's quite funny because sometimes when it comes to rigging VTuber models, people talk about like how much movement you want and how much dynamics. And I was just kind of like, I don't want to be like throwing all over the place. I want to be mostly realistic, except for the Waluigi mustache. I want the most jiggle physics physically possible on the mustache. And then that's the message I have to Ali who did the rigging somewhere. So. Priorities of a VTuber. Maybe this is the way. I can't think of any other intersection, but they just don't sit in like. The fact that this is between two makes me feel like it is not correct. And this is off the chart. Unless it's just like these things? No. I feel I did the thing where I thought of a option and now I got nothing. Oh, hi Thunder! I realized I've been here since it started and never got my book. Getting your book is important. I'm glad you managed to remember. Maybe it's one of the ones where they want us to use all of them without them intersecting. That could be a smidgen difficult. I feel like that could be a smidgen impossible. Because for this to not intersect with that one, it would have to go here, and then here, and then no. The good thing about this library is we never have to give back the books. No! Something which you can use libraries for, which is what I do most often, is I often go to libraries for reference books. So I'm not looking to read the complete document. It's either a newspaper or a historical article that's hard to get online. And so I'll somewhat frequently go to a larger library and I'll just sit there for a few hours whilst I read what I need to and make notes of it. And that's the books you're getting on the daily. You're giving them back when the stream ends. You copy the raid message and in return you return the book. There is a social contract. Do not steal my books. I'll have to buy more. I'll have to spend all my money on books if you steal them. It is not my that's what I'm doing. That's the cause. Okay. What could it be? I've stared at this a little while. This hint is not illuminating! To explicitly state I've just been taking them back home. Which part of a library makes you think that you take the books and keep them? I feel like this was within the kind of assumed public knowledge. Have you all just been stealing from libraries your whole lives? I think so highly of you all. That can't be the case. But if I take the book, you have more space for new books. I have 2.5 empty shelves at the moment. And that's quite a lot of books, you know? I'm starting to think it is the shenanigan where I make them meet up and form the flower. But I feel like that's so silly, because some of them are off the chart then. And is that not the answer that I submitted before? I guess we go EGHI instead, maybe? Okay, what about... Maybe it's an order? So start with I, and then G. What's this segment? That's already been taken. This doesn't feel likely. You see, this is what I was looking at the start, but it's the squiggles and how they connect that is not computing to me. Unless it's not the dots and that there is a letter formed in this amalgam. Make it full? Why do you want me to run out of books? What is the... Surely you want there to be books because a library is an incredible public resource, and the more books it has, the more people who get the chance to read and engage with them, as is the spirit of knowledge. Don't steal my books. Oh, what will I do? What's a good threat? I could. I can't threaten the mods as the threat because it's the mods that are stealing my books. I could set Val Dracula. Just a vampire attack? I don't know. I'm trying to think what I could do to guard the library if there's rampant book theft going on. Deary me. If I just stare at this with kind of a fuzzy expression, does it become any clearer? This is the one that I feel most suspicious about. Suspect. Okay. Let me line the star up with the fixed one to begin with, and then we can continue from there. The star. Okay. Let's try from there. Up here? I mean, it's not off the map anymore. Oh, I see the... Do I see an evocation of a shape? I don't think I do. I think I got too excited. Is it just a large letter A? You know, A? I'm kinda stumped on this one. I already looked at the hint, that's dastardly. You can't send Val Dracula mid-rebrand, it's like opening a butterfly's cocoon? Okay, that's an ominous way of putting it. Who can I... Which VTuber do I know that has an attack mode other than Val? I feel like I don't know many people who get into as many fights with her chat as Val. Me? This is true. This is true, it could be Kai. What even is Val's attack? Look, I work in a lot of Val streams, and amidst the suspicious things that I choose not to process, Val gets in fights with her chat a lot. Affectionate fights. I'm grateful that I don't participate in them, but... Benny? Benny will give away my books! Benny will give away all of my books, I can't. You can't send Kai against people Kai's threatening. Kai? If everyone else steals my books, then you can't steal them. Ipso facto, stop people stealing my books. I'd get back from sending Benny to resolve the issue with book theft, and he would have donated all of the books to Swire. I don't know if she'd even want them. Okay. What? I'm a little bit bamboozled. Because I feel like this is the shape, but I can't see the clue in this shape, you know? But I'm scared to not get the light bulb because then the dot on the tree is gonna be missing. I could just do the other ones in the area and come back to it, but I don't know if that's gonna increase the brain cell capacity in a sufficient manner. Just trying to kind of stare. Never mind. Is there any other ones? There's only 2 left in here? Gosh darn it. Oh, never mind. Are there any other ones I can do in this area? Oh, let's try this one. So we have a start point, and the path down has to go right, so it has to be in the leftmost lane. And then from there, we have to go up. Oh, interesting. I feel like I've somehow already made a mistake. Because how can reconcile this unless it started off-center? Like this? See the vision? I feel like it's gotta be using the half tiles in that way. So if we start with this kind of view. Oh, there's an ordering to them. I don't know if I'm taking too many liberties with the structure of a tile. I feel like I might be. I beef with everyone, even myself. Don't beef with yourself. That's like inefficient beef production. You accidentally do. Did I? I didn't even notice. Oh no. Now I feel like you have to use the half tile as a part of the path. So, with that understanding, so many options then though. Oh, I overcomplicated it. It's just this. Yep. I said that though. It's not that! That's such a good solution! Sorry. I was about to say I said that so confidently without submitting it, but that to me seems like the perfect solution. What do you mean? What else could it be? Did I somehow click one of them wrong? It started dot ended arrow, right? Right? What if it starts at the center? Starts at the center and then goes like this? The issue is then that you need to the only unless to have all the pieces fit together without there being a misconnecting cable, you have to end on the flat, which, assuming you either need this piece or this piece to turn into, and so because of that, this needs to because of height shenanigans, with this taking up 2 rows, this being at the top requires this looping round and back, which makes it kind of difficult. It's hard to picture without being hands-on. Oh, okay. So what if I exit out and go back in again? It's this one, isn't it? Is there anything to indicate where it should start from? No. What if I just treat it as truth that these two go together, as I think is the first presented instinct? But then I just get back to the shape I had before. I was so confident it was this. Could I be doing something silly? Could it be backwards? Could it be this because the path gets cut off? I guess I was thinking to abstract with it being here, but then I just keep going back to my earlier solution. Oh no. I feel like I gotta finish either this or the other puzzle to like get my momentum back, but maybe this? Didn't think so. What if I just start playing around with it from this side? I think the issue I'm gonna end with is that I feel like you need... Oh! Not gonna be it? Okay, that's a nice one. I do think that my other solution was quite valid, not as valid as this one. I don't know what I'm trying to defend. Okay. I quite like that. It's a fun way of interacting with a single split tile. I should've... yeah, that's cool. We got there in the end. Yeah, it's okay. Alrighty, I think I'm scared of the other one. Yeah. Scary. Okay. With with tentative sleepiness, I know it has only been a shorter stream, but I think I'm gonna get ready to rumble and raid there. You may have been able to tell by the decreasing puzzle speed, but I'm just quite sleepy. I'm well enough to stream again, but I'm still a little bit under the weather. So apologies, it's only a shorter one, but I hope you saw good game, cool new game. I like it. It's only I know it'll likely depend on regional pricing, and so I don't know what it is in other places, but I think it was £3 or £4 for the UK. Very fun. Seems like there's lots of other areas, and so I'm quite excited to continue with it. I'm not sure if I will do all of it on stream or maybe just in my own time. It seems kind of like a nice one, relaxing thing I'm up. If it's a fun one, we can do it on stream. It was very fun and cozy. I'm glad. I'm glad it was relaxing. I am back again tomorrow for the study stream, and then Friday for the Arknights collab. I will be doing polls for the limited banner and then doing the story. I've heard the story is very short, but people say that about all the stories, and I still take 3 streams. And then on Saturday, I will be spending my whole Valentine's Day in the factory in Enfield. And by the factory, I mean I'll be doing the main story. But don't look at my factories, they're so bad. I got to Victory Capsule B and was like, you know what, I want to play Satisfactory again. So that's a problem between me and Endman, okay? Okay. Let's go say hi to you. Bye 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 bye.